and I want to see them have everything. I want...
You see that boy in the photograph? The one standing stiff, trying his best to hold a proper military salute beside one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood? That boy is Cody. He was just 13 years old when that moment was captured. If time had carried him forward to today, he'd be somewhere in his 70s now, about the same age as many of you listening to this story. The year was 1965. Behind them sat the Wild Goose, the personal yacht of John Wayne. But the real story isn't about the yacht, or even the man known as the Duke. It's about how a kid with no father, no money, and worn-out shoes found himself standing on that dock in the first place. That's the story worth telling. Newport Beach, California.
Should feel terribly guilty about anything because they have had a better life here and their fathers and mothers than they would have had any place else.
1965. Cody is 13. He lives with his mother, Ruth, in a cramped apartment about 6 miles from the harbor. His father died when Cody was just 3 years old, so young that he doesn't remember him at all. The only evidence that his father ever existed sits quietly on a dresser, a faded black and white photograph of a young couple on their wedding day, standing outside a church, both squinting into the sunlight, unaware of what the future would take from them. Cody drifts through school unnoticed. He isn't failing, but he isn't thriving either. He goes because his mother insists, and he comes home because there's nowhere else to be. What she doesn't know, what Cody keeps buried, is that school isn't just boring, it's brutal. 3 boys have turned his days into something he endures rather than lives. They wait for him after the final bell rings. They take his lunch like it's theirs by right. They shove him against the chain-link fence behind the gym and fill his ears with words no child should ever hear. Every afternoon, Cody walks home alone, swallowing it all, saying nothing. Because his mother is already stretched too thin, working 10-hour shifts at a garment workshop across town. And the last thing he wants to do is hand her a problem she can't fix. Then one afternoon in March, something shifts. Cody walks through the apartment door with a bruise darkening beneath his eye and dirt ground into his knees. He doesn't speak.
We're being represented by men who are kowtowing to minorities where they can get votes.
He just sits on the floor, still and quiet, for nearly 20 minutes. Then, without a word, he stands up, heads back out, and walks 6 blocks to the garment workshop where his mother works. He pushes open the door. Inside, Ruth is hunched over her sewing machine, the steady rhythm of the needle filling the room. Fabric is stacked high on tables. The air smells of cloth and effort. She looks up and freezes. The moment she sees her son's face, the machine stops. Cody doesn't ease into it. He doesn't soften it. He tells her he's done. He's not going back. Not tomorrow. Not ever. He can't take it anymore. Ruth doesn't handle it well. She's exhausted, worn down by long hours and constant worry. Fear rises fast, and it comes out the only way it can, through anger.
I'll get to thinking that they're Americans as they should, and as they have luckily been born here, and...
Her voice lifts sharply, then cracks just as quickly, and then she's crying, and then Cody is too. And suddenly they're both standing in the middle of that crowded workshop, surrounded by piles of fabric, completely lost on what to do next. From across the room, someone notices. A man named Michael Cavano. He's 51 years old, the owner of the workshop, quiet by nature, with hands shaped by years of work and eyes that miss very little. He's the kind of man who remembers every employee's birthday, but never makes a show of it. And as he watches this moment unfold between a tired mother and a breaking boy, something in him decides this isn't something he can ignore. Michael doesn't rush in with judgment or lectures. He simply walks over, places a steady hand on Ruth's shoulder, and looks directly at Cody. "Tell me what happened." And Cody does. Not just part of it, all of it. The school, the boys, the fence, the bruises, the quiet humiliation he's been carrying every single day. He doesn't leave anything out this time.
I don't think that that you should look back and whine and bellyache, or try to hold somebody else guilty for everything you did.
The words come fast at first, then slower, heavier, until they finally run out. Michael listens without interrupting. When Cody finishes, there's a pause, the kind that feels important. Then Michael says something Cody never expected to hear. He doesn't tell him to toughen up. He doesn't say, go back and face it. Instead, he asks a simple question. If you're not going to school, then you need a job. Have you thought about what kind of work you'd want to do? Cody blinks. He's 13. Work isn't something he's ever thought about seriously. Surviving the day has been enough. Michael nods, as if that answer makes perfect sense. That's all right, he says calmly. Go home. Play. Be a kid for the rest of today. But tomorrow morning, come here with your mother. I'll figure something out. It isn't a promise filled with big words. It's quiet, certain. And somehow that makes Cody believe it. The next morning, Cody shows up at the workshop, expecting something small, maybe sweeping floors, sorting buttons, running errands inside the building. Instead, Michael waves him over, walks him outside, and opens the passenger door of his car. Get in. They drive for about 20 minutes. Cody watches the streets change, the air shift, until suddenly they arrive somewhere completely new. Newport Beach Harbor. Cody has never seen anything like it. The marina stretches endlessly in front of him. Boats rock gently against their moorings. Masts sway in the breeze. The air carries the sharp scent of salt water mixed with diesel fuel and old rope.
The Wild Goose was John Wayne's yacht.
We wanted to preserve the history of the vessel, John Wayne.
There are sailboats, fishing vessels, and farther out, the big ones. Yachts that look like they belong in another world entirely. Michael owns a modest cabin cruiser. It needs cleaning, but that's not why they're here. A professional crew is already working, scrubbing the hull, polishing chrome, moving with practiced efficiency. Michael leans back in a deck chair, completely at ease, and gestures toward them. Watch them, he says. If they need something from the store, you go get it. If they need an extra hand, you give it. That's it. No long explanation, no step-by-step instructions, just trust. Cody spends the entire day moving, running errands, carrying supplies, fetching sandwiches, holding buckets while men twice his size scrub and polish and work like machines. He doesn't complain. He doesn't slow down. By the end of the day, his shirt is soaked through, his arms ache, and his legs feel heavier than they ever have before. But something feels different.
Couldn't be better off in any other place. There shouldn't be so much whining and bellyaching.
One of the crew members reaches into his pocket and hands Cody a crumpled $5 bill. Cody just stares at it. To anyone else, it's small money. To him, it might as well be a fortune. Michael watches that moment closely. The way Cody's face shifts, the way his eyes light up with something new. Not just excitement, pride. That's when Michael makes him an offer. You go to school during the week, he says. But weekends and some afternoons, you come here. There's always a boat that needs something. You work, you get paid. Deal? Cody doesn't hesitate. He shakes Michael's hand before the sentence is even finished. And just like that, everything begins to change. Weeks turn into months. Cody becomes part of the marina. Not officially, but everyone knows him. He learns fast, faster than anyone expects. He learns how to scrub a deck properly, how to wash a hull without missing a line, how to wax until the surface gleams. He runs to the marine supply shop for rope, polish, and paint without needing to be told twice. He becomes useful, reliable, always there. He learns how to coil a line the right way, how to tie a bowline knot so it holds firm, how to sand teak without leaving a single scratch. His hands grow rough, calloused from work. His shoulders straighten. His confidence builds quietly day by day. The harbor becomes something school never was, a place where effort makes sense, where results are visible, where he belongs. And every single day he passes the same boat. the Wild Goose, a massive 136-foot vessel, once a Navy minesweeper, now transformed into a private yacht. It towers over everything else in the marina. It belongs to John Wayne.
I guess that they've had a pretty tough break.
Cody knows exactly whose boat it is. Every kid in Newport Beach does. And every time he walks by, he looks. Sometimes he slows down just a little, hoping, just maybe, to catch a glimpse of the man himself standing on deck. On the rare days when John Wayne is actually aboard the Wild Goose, Cody only ever sees him from a distance. A towering figure moving slowly along the upper deck, coffee in hand, completely at ease in a world that feels miles away from anything Cody knows. And every time it happens, Cody's legs seem to lock in place for just a second. He thinks about walking up, about saying something, anything. But he never does. The idea of introducing himself to a man like that, a movie star, a legend, feels impossible. So instead, he lowers his eyes, keeps moving, and tells himself it's better that way. Then one Thursday afternoon, everything changes. Cody is making his usual rounds at the marina, moving between boats, staying busy, when a voice cuts across the dock. "Hey, kid, come here." He turns. The call is coming from the Wild Goose. Standing near the gangway is one of Wayne's crew members, a deckhand named Bert McKell. Bert has seen Cody around for weeks now, the kid who's always working, always running, always willing. "I need a few things from the store," Bert says. "You know where Hadley's is?" Cody nods immediately. Bert hands him a short list and some cash. Cody doesn't waste a second. He takes off running. 15 minutes later, he's back, slightly out of breath, paper bag in hand. He climbs the gangway carefully, stepping onto the deck of the most talked-about boat in the harbor. And that's when he sees him. John Wayne is sitting near the stern in a deck chair, a glass of whiskey resting comfortably in his hand. He's watching his crew prepare the yacht for an afternoon run, quiet and focused. There's no crowd today, no guests, no family, just Wayne, the ocean, and the silence. Cody freezes at the top of the gangway. Bert takes the bag from him, but Cody doesn't move. He can't. He's standing just a few feet away from a man he's only ever seen on a screen or from a distance. Wayne looks up. He notices the boy instantly, the stiffness, the wide eyes, the way he's holding his breath like even the air feels too heavy. Wayne has seen this reaction 1,000 times before. But something about this kid is different. He isn't asking for an autograph. He isn't trying to get closer. He's not asking for anything at all. He's just trying to exist in the moment without falling apart. Wayne reaches into his pocket, pulls out a bill, and holds it out. "Thanks, son." Cody's hand trembles as he takes it. His mouth opens, but no words come out. His mind has gone completely blank. Wayne notices. A small smile forms as he leans back in his chair, studying the boy for a moment. "You work around here?" he asks. Cody manages a quick nod. "Good," Wayne says. Then, after a beat, "You eat lunch yet?" Cody shakes his head. Wayne turns slightly toward the galley and calls out without raising his voice, "Hey, set another plate, we've got a guest." Just like that. No big moment, no build-up. An invitation. 3 hours later, they're cruising past the breakwater, the coastline stretching out beside them while the Pacific lies calm and endless ahead. The water reflects the sky in a flat silver sheet that seems to go on forever. Cody sits across from Wayne at a small table on the aft deck. There's steak on the plate in front of him, a glass bottle of Coca-Cola by his side. Wayne sips his whiskey like he has all the time in the world. At first, Cody barely speaks. But Wayne has a way of asking questions, simple ones, quiet ones, that slowly open the door. One answer turns into another, and before Cody realizes it, he's telling him everything. His mother, the workshop, the harbor, the school he stopped caring about, the boys who made it unbearable, the father he never knew, the photograph sitting on the dresser at home. Wayne doesn't interrupt. He doesn't correct him, doesn't lecture, doesn't try to fix anything. He just listens, really listens. By the time the boat returns to the dock, something inside Cody feels lighter, like he's been carrying less weight without even noticing it happen. As Cody prepares to leave, Wayne stands, reaches out his hand and shakes his. "You're all right, kid." That's it, just 4 words. But the way Wayne says them, the calm certainty behind them, hits Cody harder than anything else that day. It settles deep, like something solid finally taking root. After that afternoon, things start to shift again. Wayne never makes a big show of it. He never announces anything, but somehow his crew begins calling Cody more often. Bert, the cook, the first mate. Whenever they need an extra set of hands, Cody's the first name that comes up, and the work keeps coming, day after day, week after week. Until one afternoon, just a few weeks later, Cody steps onto the dock and sees Wayne already there, standing on deck, watching as he approaches. From the deck of the Wild Goose, John Wayne watches Cody approach. He notices the details right away. Same jeans as always, same worn shirt, and those shoes, canvas sneakers frayed at the toes, the sole of the left one starting to peel away like it's barely holding on. Wayne doesn't say anything at first. He just watches. An hour passes. Then he calls Cody over. Without explanation, Wayne pulls out a $20 bill and places it in the boy's hand. "Run to Hadley's," he says. "I need a box of matches." Cody looks down at the money, confused. A box of matches costs 15 cents. "Mr. Wayne, this is too much. I don't think I can break..." "Don't break it." Wayne reaches into his pocket again, pulls out another 20, and places it on top of the first. "That's your shoe money," he says simply. "And whatever's left, get yourself something decent to wear. You look like you've been sleeping in a boat shed." Cody freezes. His face flushes red, caught somewhere between gratitude and embarrassment. He opens his mouth, ready to argue, but Wayne raises a single eyebrow. The same look that silenced grown men on film sets for years. Cody closes his mouth. He nods, takes the money, and walks away. That evening, as the sun begins to drop lower over the harbor, Wayne calls Bert up to the bridge. "The kid," Wayne says quietly. "He walks home from here every day?" "Yes, sir," Bert replies. "About 1.5 miles, maybe 2. "After dark?" "Most nights." Wayne nods once, thoughtful. "Buy a bicycle," he says after a moment. "A good one. Don't tell him it's from me. Just have it here by Friday." No speech, no explanation, just a decision. Friday arrives. The harbor glows under the fading light of late afternoon as the Wild Goose returns from a short cruise. The sky is streaked with orange and gold, reflecting off the calm water. Wayne steps off the boat and scans the dock. He spots Cody about 50 yards away, bent over, carefully coiling rope beside another man's vessel, focused, precise, completely in his element. Wayne cups his hands and calls out, "Hey, Cody, come here!" Cody looks up and jogs over. Wayne doesn't say much. He just points. Leaning against a dock post is a bicycle, brand new, a deep blue frame, chrome handlebars catching the last light of the day. Clean, untouched, waiting. "Get on," Wayne says. Cody blinks, glancing between the bike and the man standing in front of him. "Go on," Wayne adds. "Let's see if you can ride that thing." Still unsure, Cody steps forward. He grips the handlebars, swings one leg over, and settles onto the seat. His feet find the pedals. He pushes off. The first few feet are shaky, his balance uncertain, but then something clicks. He steadies himself and rides 20 yards down the dock, wind brushing his face, before turning carefully and heading back. Wayne is standing there, arms crossed now, a grin spreading across his face. "If you can ride it," he says, "it's yours." Cody stops. His feet hit the ground, but he doesn't move. He just stares. Up at Wayne, then back at the bicycle, then back again. And suddenly, the tears come. Not from pain, not from sadness. Something deeper than that. Something harder to name. It's the feeling of being noticed, truly noticed, by someone who doesn't have to notice you at all. The feeling of a door opening in a place where you thought there was only a wall. Wayne steps forward, closing the distance between them. He places a hand on Cody's shoulder, firm, steady, then pulls him into a hug. A real one, the kind that doesn't rush, the kind that says more than words ever could. "You're one of the toughest kids I've ever seen," Wayne says quietly. "You keep your head down. You work hard." He pulls back slightly, looking the boy in the eyes. "You're going to be just fine. I can tell." Cody nods, unable to speak. Wayne holds the moment for just a second longer, then straightens up and turns toward the boat. "Somebody bring me the camera," he calls out. A crew member hurries to grab it. They position themselves on the dock, side by side, with the wild goose rising behind them and the harbor glowing in the final light of day. Cody, still wiping at his eyes, stands tall despite everything, skinny, red-eyed, but smiling now, not the forced kind. A real one. Without thinking, he raises his hand into a salute. The best one he can manage, the kind a 13-year-old gives when he's not sure what else to do with himself in a moment like this. Wayne stands beside him, hands relaxed at his sides, looking straight into the camera. The shutter clicks, and just like that, a moment is captured, one that will last far longer than either of them could possibly imagine. Wayne allows himself a faint smile as the camera clicks, capturing the moment forever. Later, when the photograph is developed, John Wayne takes it in his hands, studies it for a second, then turns it over and writes something on the back. No long message, just a few words. He hands it to Cody. "For your dresser," he says, next to the other one. Cody understands exactly what he means. From that day on, everything moves forward. Every afternoon, every weekend, Cody rides that blue bicycle to the harbor, 1.5 miles each way. No more walking, no more dragging his feet home. Now there's purpose in every turn of the pedals. He finishes middle school but never goes on to high school. He doesn't need to. By then, the harbor has already taught him more than any classroom ever could. Discipline, responsibility, skill, pride. He works his way up the only way he knows how, by showing up and doing the job better each time. Dock boy becomes deckhand. Deckhand becomes crew. Crew becomes something more. By his mid-20s, Cody earns his captain's license. From there, he spends his life on the water, piloting small and mid-sized vessels along the Southern California coast, the same waters he once crossed as a nervous kid sitting across from a man who saw something in him before he could see it himself. And that's the part that stays, because John Wayne had a quiet way of changing lives, not through grand speeches or public gestures, but through small, deliberate acts. A meal shared without hesitation, a pair of shoes given without making it a moment, a bicycle that meant freedom, a photograph that meant belonging. Simple things, but sometimes simple things are everything, because sometimes all it takes is being seen, truly seen, at the exact moment you feel invisible. If you're new here, welcome. There are plenty more stories like this waiting for you, stories that remind us how powerful small moments can be. Take a look around, and if you've been here for a while, I appreciate you more than you know. If this story meant something to you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next video.